We have the results for last night's vote regarding property taxes for Coconino Community College.
And the latest ongoing questions regarding HealthCare.gov. Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm community anchor Alexa Dumity.
And I'm student anchor Kyle Benedict. Thanks for joining us.
Coconino Community College serves nearly 10,000 students per year on 4 campuses, and that all might change. Last night, a vote to increase property taxes in support of the college fell through. Now, funding for general operations may fall short.
So what does this mean for CCC and its students? NAZ Today's Gus Margiotta is here to tell us. Gus, how is everyone at the school dealing with these results?
Kyle, I went to Coconino Community College this morning. I met up with some students and officials, but let me tell you, they are not taking this decision very well. The $4.5 million override for Coconino Community College would have sparked growth and innovation. But with the denial of the override, students are now concerned for what their future could hold.
I'm not exactly sure at this point. I'd probably just have to try and do what I can at NAU.
I'd probably be screwed. I'd probably have to move to the Valley and pursue it down there and hope that my credits would transfer.
Partnership programs with local high schools, NAU, Nestle Purina, and other programs like nursing and fire science could all be affected by the denial of the override. Scott Talboom, Executive Director of Institutional Advancement, thinks prioritizing the college's needs will play into final decision making.
Really, it's just all these decisions are gonna come down to the district governing board prioritizing and saying what can we do with what we have, essentially.
With uncertainty in the air, many will rely on the decisions that will come on November 19th at the next governing board meeting. For NAZ Today, I'm Gus Margiotta.
The vote to fund CCC was denied by a 54% majority. For more results on Coconino, Yavapai, and Navajo County elections, visit NAZtoday.com.
The race to become the next leader of the Hopi tribe is narrowing down. Today, voters will select 2 of the 8 remaining competitors in the election. Additionally, 2 of 4 candidates vying for vice chairman will be picked. Winner of the chairman election will be named leader of the 12,000-member Hopi tribe and oversee meetings of the tribal council, which functions much like a city government. The candidates selected tonight will move on to the general elections held on November 20th. Any tribal member voting is not required to be registered, but you must be at least 18 years of age to cast a ballot. On Capitol Hill today, Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius fielded more questions about the October rollout of HealthCare.gov and what is being done to fix it.
No more excuses. No more spin. Just give us the truth.
Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius was in the hot seat again Wednesday, this time in front of the Senate Finance Committee.
Why not shut down and do it right?
Sebelius says instead the focus is on doing routine upgrades.
In the first few weeks after HealthCare.gov launched, users had to wait an average of 8 seconds for pages to load. Today, it typically takes less than a second.
The questioning got intense, with Senator John Cornyn appearing to lose patience with Sebelius when he said that the White House promise of like your plan, keep your plan isn't true.
I'd just like to ask you a simple true or false question. Is that statement on the White House website true or is it false?
Sir, I think the statement
is it true or is it false, Madam
keep
Secretary?
Your plan, the 11 million people who are in the individual market, a majority of those individuals will keep plans.
My time is limited, so
I
will just ask that the record note that you have refused to answer my question, whether it's true or false.
Later, Cornyn pushed further, asking why no one has lost their job over the botched website.
The only thing I can conclude is that it's impossible to do something in this administration that gets you fired. It's impossible.
I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
Some NAU football players might be caught up in trouble.
Plus, NAU's got talent. See what stars are in the spotlight.
All right, coldest morning of the season out there as we woke up today. Here's a look at some of the temperatures. Grand Canyon getting down into the single digits, 8 degrees. Coldest morning of the season for sure here in Flagstaff at 12:27 in Camp Verde. Another cold night in store tonight and a warm up we got to talk about coming up in the forecast.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you got to make bail. then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Modern Grove Neighborhood Eatery and Market defines the heartbeat of our local community by bringing together the food and families that call it home. Modern Grove, located on South Milton Road, open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come enjoy the aroma and taste of our homemade bread, pizzas, and much more. Sit outside on our patio for a relaxing afternoon beverage.
For over 20 years, and with more than 65,000 success stories, Coconino Community College is vital to your future.
I'm Gary Smith. I earned my basic detention officer certificate at CCC and worked at the county jail in Flagstaff. More recently, I enrolled in a welding class. This lifelong learner is proud to support CCC.
With your support, Coconino Community College will remain efficient, effective, and excellent.
The holiday season is right around the corner. It brings baking, logs in the fireplace during the evening, and Christmas trees. The Apache Sitgraves is reminding all permit holders to be careful when cutting down their Christmas trees. Before heading out, make sure to tell someone where you will be and how long you plan on staying there. Don't forget to bring food, water, your cell phone, a first aid kit, and your permit. Stay on designated roads and trails while searching for your perfect tree. If you do not have a permit, here in Flagstaff, you can purchase one at Big 5 Sporting Goods.
4 Northern Arizona University students, including 3 NAU football players, are in trouble with the law tonight. This after Flagstaff police responded to a call about a loud party at a home near Lake Mary. According to police reports, an officer responded to the home on East Bennett last Saturday night. Neighbors had called police about a lot of noise coming from the home. The officer said there were so many people inside that it was difficult to keep track of how many individuals were actually at the party. Estimates are there were at least 250 people packed inside the home. It took officers more than an hour to get everyone out of the house. Reports show this was the resident's second party notice in the last 5 months. Charges are pending against the 4 residents in the home.
Talented NAU students are the stars of tonight's entertainment spotlight. NAZ Today's Sierra Ferguson attended the Sun Entertainment event to tell you a little more about who stepped in front of the microphone.
I'm here on the patio of 1899 Bar and Grill, where NAU students are unleashing their inner performer.
It's time you learn the hard way. Yay!
Students, they sign up online on our website, they get a spot, about 10 minutes to perform. It's just a really good way to see some interesting performances.
I did stand-up comedy. I mostly talked about, being a freshman at NAU. I think it's cool that all the students can just kind of come out and watch, their fellow students, just perform, kind of do what they like to do, and they get to relax on this beautiful patio.
You'll find that life is still worthwhile.
Well, it certainly has been a great Thursday night on the patio. For NAZ Today with videographer Gavin Dunham, I'm Sierra Ferguson.
Thursdays on the patio will be suspended during the colder months, but may start up again as the weather warms. This event was hosted by Sun Entertainment. They host free and reduced price events across campus all year round. For more information, visit our website, naztoday.com.
Today and during the month of November, over 2,300 people from almost all levels of the Arizona government will participate in a preparedness exercise for multiple scenarios. It will allow about 240 agencies to see their abilities while participating in a simulated situation involving a lengthy power outage during the summer months.
The state conducts the drills to uncover potential gaps in current emergency plans, test how well agencies respond to electricity loss, and the problems that could stem from the event. These exercises provide a learning environment for managing communities during an emergency, and they give everyone an opportunity to practice.
Although power loss will be simulated, Arizona residents will not be impacted by the drill, but it's important to keep these tips in mind. Keep a battery-operated flashlight, a first aid kit, and a phone readily accessible in case of a power outage or other emergency events. The leaves are falling. Will the temperatures for next week follow? Meteorologist Lee Bourne tells us what to expect.
NAU women's soccer heads into their biggest game since 2010. Sports anchor Alex Lucero has more.
Hi, I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the latest cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste with 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste, 60% less sugar.
Yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable.
But this is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh, definitely. Let me get the camera. I've never had anything like it. My parents are gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna be so proud.
Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it. Snoring can be more than a mild annoyance. It could be a sign of a much deeper problem with your sleep pattern. If you suffer from sleep disturbances, trust the Mountain Heart Sleep Center in Flagstaff for effective treatment. With a full-time staff led by Dr. Stephen Marks, your corrective care is immediate with no need for a referral. And they're the #1 accredited sleep center in northern Arizona. Mountain Heart Sleep Center, for a good night's rest.
And we're out. You got plans?
You bet.
$50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it.
Excuse me.
What's going on?
Dinner.
Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plates.
Plates? Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at HealthCare.gov.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science, become the mayor or something, make the situation better for other people. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
All right, since there's really no significant weather or storms or anything to talk about, I guess we're delegated to talk about temperatures and numbers. And that's exactly what we're going to do here for the first couple minutes. Our high temperature today, 51 degrees, warming up from a very cold morning, coldest morning of the season here in Flagstaff of 12, way below the average of 26 and not too far off the record low of 7 degrees set back in 1935. Our high temperature of 51, that's a whole 6 degrees warmer than we were yesterday. Everybody across the map warming up today, about 5 to 8 degrees from where we were yesterday. In case you missed it just a few minutes ago, I was talking about some of the other cold temperatures across northern Arizona. 15 degrees in Winslow, 36 Payson, 27 in Camp Verde, Prescott at 25 degrees, and 8 degrees at the Grand Canyon. There was a handful of single digits out there this morning. And then our high temperatures rebound a little bit. A lovely mid-autumn day out there today. Perfect sunshine, 55 the high in Winslow. Payson 66, 68 for you in Sedona. Prescott was 65 degrees. It was 57 at the south rim of the Grand Canyon. High pressure is going to build in here over the next several days. Not really strong or high amplitude high pressure, but high pressure significant enough for we're going to warm up another 5 to 8 degrees tomorrow. Then temperatures are going to kind of stabilize here right through the coming holiday weekend. Here we are across the western United States, Arizona, mainly clear skies. Just a little bit of cirrus clouds rolling through. And since we can't talk about storms and we're talking about temperatures, I guess we'll just talk about high clouds periodically, and here they all are, and they'll move through our sky over the next several days on and off. The storm track will remain quite weak and well into northern California and north of us here in Arizona. Very tranquil weather pattern is setting up for us here. As I mentioned, tomorrow temperatures jump up 5 to 8 degrees or a few degrees above average, and then they stay right there all the way through the rest of the work week, all the way through the coming weekend and right into the Veterans Day holiday. No significant weather really in the forecast for us. No winds to talk about, just fluctuation of temperatures and some high cloud cover. So pretty quiet in the weather department. Current temperatures outside right now. It is 55 in Payson, Prescott 55 degrees as well, and here in Flagstaff 40. These numbers are about 5 degrees warmer than where we were yesterday as we were setting up for that super cold night overnight last night. Tonight will be another cold one, though not as quite as cold as we were outside last night, or at least that's my thinking. 17 degrees forecast for us early morning here in Flagstaff. Tomorrow, warm things up a bit, sunny skies, a little high cloud cover here or there, 58 degrees and light wind, sunrise at 6:54. Okay, statewide temperatures overnight tonight, just a few degrees less cold than we were overnight last night. 19 in Winslow, 23 Tuba City, Payson 30, Sedona 39. Then tomorrow's numbers quite a bit more noticeably warmer than it was out there today. Forecasting 71 in Sedona, 68 in Prescott, and Payson 68 degrees as well. Okay, here's a look at the extended forecast for us here in Flagstaff. As I mentioned, temperatures just kind of stabilize and then even get warmer here as we get into Veterans Day, and the high pressure even strengthens further. But I think we're just right around the 60-degree mark the next several days, with overnight lows actually moderating a bit too here in Flagstaff and remaining in the low mid-20s. For you down in Sedona, high temperatures hang out in the low 70s with overnight lows in the low to mid-40s, and by Veterans Day, just gorgeous out there, 75 degrees. So kind of November doldrums here.
Well, you know, with those temperatures in Sedona, I think I'm going to head down there this weekend.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Some disappointing news coming out of NAU athletics regarding some men's basketball stuff.
Yeah, the NAU men's basketball team is making some last-minute changes before their season starts. I'll tell you about it coming up.
I just got a house full of Suddenlink with an all-new home phone service that can actually do tricks, like send voicemail to email.
It's your mother. Call me.
Automatically, and pop caller ID onto my TV, giving new meaning to call screening. Plus, I got E911 to pinpoint our house, and unlimited long distance to flatten our bill. Suddenly, the phone company seems cheesy, because Suddenlink just reinvented home phone and made it look easy.
Changing your oil and filter offers many benefits to prolong the life of your vehicle. Regularly changing the oil in your car can significantly give your car a longer life. Another benefit of an oil change is gaining fuel mileage. When changing your oil and filter, not only will you be a safer driver, but you will also have the advantage of an improved insurance rate.
This week's car tip was brought to you by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, located on Highway 66.
At Northern Arizona University, we're reaching for the stars, and I'm True Blue NAU.
We're restoring our forest.
And I'm True Blue NAU. It's our home away from home. And we're True Blue NAU. I'm learning to make the world a safer place. And I'm True Blue NAU.
We're building the 21st century university. And I am True Blue NAU.
Shop with pride. Wear your Northern Arizona University gear on Fridays. Be True Blue NAU.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea. Well, a little bit of breaking news that occurred around 2 p.m. today. NAU sophomore Dwayne Russell is no longer with the men's basketball program. Here's a quote from head coach Jack Murphy that reads, "I would like to thank Dwayne for all of his contributions to our university and basketball program during his time here and hope for his continued success on the floor and in the classroom." There were also a few tweets from Dwayne from a couple days ago. First one from November 4th that says, "I can't wait for all of this to be over so I can just go home with my family." The next one was around 1:30 p.m. today before the news broke from Dwayne's teammate Quentin Upshirt that reads, "Nothing but big things in the future for the little homie at Dweezy Russell." Dwayne replied by saying, "Thanks fam, the same goes for you. You're about to have a big time year, bro. I love all of y'all." And a little bit after that, Arizona Daily Sun reporter Cody Bashore heard from Dwayne Russell that reads, "I decided to leave after Coach Murphy and me weren't seeing eye to eye. We both just kind of decided it wasn't for me anymore. I thank Coach Murphy for everything he did for me while I was here. I just felt like it was time for me to go." Russell is considering Grand Canyon University to go to as his next college. He was second on the team in scoring last year at 14.1 points per game. The NAU men's team has a game this Saturday at the University of Texas, San Antonio. Well, tomorrow marks a big day for the NAU women's soccer team as they are in Portland now getting ready for the Big Sky playoffs. NAZ Today's Kaylee Emery caught up with the team before they left for Portland to talk about their upcoming game.
With an overall record of 11-4-3 and a 7-2 conference record, the NAU women's soccer team is headed to Portland to play Weber State for the Big Sky playoffs.
It's been a long road for these girls, but all of their hard work has paid off.
Oh, I'm pretty excited. The last time we went to playoffs, it was my freshman year, and we hosted it. So being 2 years without it, my third year, my senior year, is just more exciting and more valuable to me.
And their journey to the playoffs is all part of Coach Luciano's four-step system.
Well, we had 4 definitive goals this year. The first goal was to have a non-conference winning record. The second was to have an overall record that doubled our last season win total, and then was to qualify in the top 4 of the conference. And the fourth one, obviously, is winning the conference championship and advancing to the NCAA tournament.
In order for these women to get to the championship, taking it easy and staying focused will help them get there.
Just stay focused, take each game at a time. Not guaranteed a second game, so we just have to go into our first game and play like we usually would.
With nothing changing in their practicing, the number one thing is positive attitude.
We kind of always had that mentality of, that championship game, and ever since we went to Spain, so just keeping that winning mentality and working hard is what will get us there.
I think the number one thing is just keep us mentally focused and have the right mindset, but physically we don't really have to do too much. We're at the point of the season where rest is critical as much as anything, and the biggest thing is just being mentally sharp and having the right mindset for a championship.
It's been since 2010 that these women have gone into the playoffs, and tomorrow at 1 o'clock they face Weber State. For NAZ Today, I'm Kaylee Emery.
Well, you just heard it. The semifinal matchup against Weber State is tomorrow at 1 p.m. We'll have results from that game tomorrow on NAZ Today. Well, onto the gridiron, the NAU football team defeated North Dakota Saturday 48-27. However, the story was Zach Bowman, who broke 3 different records in the game. Zach talks about not worrying about the records he breaks, and Coach Jerome Sowers realized the run game is only going to get better.
No, I honestly don't really think about it. I just think about getting wins. I broke records, but I haven't got rings, so that's my main thing. I think maybe after the season's over, then I'll probably think back like, wow, I hold a lot of records. But right now, I really don't think about it.
These guys just makes history every time he hits the field. Really excited. Zach made some brilliant runs. I thought our offensive staff had a really good run game plan. That might have been the best we have run the ball with regards to our plan and staying with it. And sometimes we get yards just because Zach is brilliant and he runs and bounces around and makes everybody miss. But there were times today he had some picture perfect clinic type runs. So it was fun to watch. And we're getting better. That's what I love to see. We're flat out getting better. And we still have room to improve. So,
the Jacks have a bye this coming week with a 5-1 conference record. And onto the courts, the Phoenix Suns took on the New Orleans Pelicans last night after losing their first game on the season Sunday. We're going to jump right into the third quarter. Rebound by Drew Holiday that gets kicked out to Eric Gordon for the three-pointer. Pelicans lead at this point 54-46. Later on, a steal by Holiday, and he dishes it to Anthony Davis for the flush. The Suns come right back now as Markieff Morris drains this three to give Phoenix the lead. And then his brother Marcus Morris is going to catch a break on this three-point basket. On the fast break, Suns up 4 late and now late in the third, I should say. Ish Smith drives the ball and dishes to Gerald Green for yet another three-pointer. Green hit 6 threes on the night. And finally, Eric Bledsoe has been hot to start off this season as he's going to put this game away on the driving layup. Way too easy for him behind Bledsoe's 25 points. And the Suns would win 104-98. Suns play the Spurs on the road tonight, and Suns with a 3-1 record to start things off.
Who would have thunk?
I know, right? It's nice to see. I mean, after a couple rebuilding years, nice to see them starting out hot, 3-1 record, like you said.
Yeah, and I hope they keep Eric Bledsoe for the coming years as well.
Yeah, definitely. So
we'll be back with more after the break.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
All right, warmer weather's in the forecast. Very quiet period of weather here through the next 5+ days. Temperatures warm up to the upper 50s here and remain there into the weekend. A little bit warmer here as we get into the Veterans Day holiday, and it'll probably continue into mid-next week. Seasonably cool overnights. And for you down in Sedona, low 70s the next several days. Just not fair to have Sedona right after Flagstaff. I think citizens are leaving by the droves, moving to Sedona.
Well, on any normal day, you wouldn't expect a dog to do much but roll over or sit. But what about climbing? Meet Buddy. This dog defies the odds by climbing up trees ever since he was a puppy.
He cruises up and down the giant trees so effortlessly. This pooch will put any cat to shame. Now, Buddy doesn't do it for the glory, but instead for the hunt, sniffing for squirrels, birds, and just about anything he can get his paws on. And with a jump this good, those squirrels need to watch out.
And I mean, imagine finding out that your dog does that. Just like I'm sure you can't find him. He's up in the tree. And
No. That's the old bionic man sound.
He looks a little squirrely. Maybe he's part squirrel.
He does. I mean, that's dedication right there, climbing trees to try to hunt down squirrels and all that.
You got to call the fire department.
Yeah.
To get him out of the tree.
All right, so that's going to do it for us tonight here on NAZ Today. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.